Hello, we're from this Jaden's Videos, and today we are here to check out what Michaels has for Halloween 2022 so far. Alrighty, so they have quite a bit of stuff. We have their Gothic Romance type stuff over here. Over here is more of the oddity, curiosity, fortune teller type stuff. And right here, what piques my interest the most, the Lemax Spooky Town. So we're going to take a look at this. They've got some pretty cool things this year for sure. This one is a Michaels exclusive, the Raven Hill. So it's got like a forced perspective type thing going on there. It's pretty cool. We have the Mummy Mortuary. A lot of cool little figures too. I like this right here, the zombie wedding going on here. That's a pretty cool one. And there's The Future Looks Dark, another Michaels exclusive one. We have this Witch's Cottage up on the hill, and the Sugared Pumpkin Candy Shop, which is actually one of my favorites they have this year. It's actually my favorite that they have in store. The Dr. Gory's Laboratory is my favorite, but that's online. I actually have this and the Dr. Gory's. I purchased them both recently. I haven't made a review yet, but they're both really cool. They don't have this one lit up, but I really like it. We never see candy representation in Lemax, which is surprising to me because Halloween is the holiday with candy, so... But now we do. The Clocksmith is another one I'm really interested in. I like that one a lot. Up here's one of their big showstoppers of the season is the Agatha's Apothecary. It's very large. It's got a lot of animation, a lot of lights, some sound. They're going pretty big on witches this year because we also got the Toil and Trouble Ale House. And right here, the Crypt of the Lost Pumpkin Souls. I know a lot of people like that one, myself included. There we go. Got some pretty cool lighting. And then this one, I think is their main showstopper one, is the Headstone Mill Brewery. This is another one with a lot of animation, a lot of lights, sound. It's pretty cool. There's also the Gloom Room Club, which actually that's their big one, but this location does not have that in stock just yet. We have a bunch of figures and stuff down here. This one might be my favorite. Of course, you've also got the maple trees and the grass, the dead grass mats. And here's a little look of some of the boxes of the stock that this location has. They're not too high on stock right now, but I'm sure they're going to get more in. And the Michaels exclusive ones have different boxes than before. That's their new design. And I actually like this design a lot more for their boxes. I think it looks pretty cool. The Witch Gazebo here, they don't have that one on display, but that one. And I know some of the locations are even carrying ones from last year. Like another location near me has ones from last year that they, I guess, were left over from last year and they just brought them back out. I know some locations are doing that this year, which is pretty interesting. We're going to take a look at the Gothic Romance stuff now, which I do actually like it. I think it's a very cool idea. However, I feel it's very limited with how you can use it because you can't really combine it with classic Halloween. You kind of just got to have everything under this theme to make it work. But it is pretty cool. I will give you that. And it's got a very vampire vibe this year, and there's also some 1920s type stuff mixed in. I think this is the thing that they have in the Gothic Romance that I think works best. Okay, so their actual theme name is called Dark Romance. I think this one is probably the one that would work best with other Halloween things. I really like this, actually. It's pretty cool. They have all sorts of romantic stuff, and like I said, they're bringing vampires into it, which that's another thing that can work fine with classic Halloween. But some of the things you kind of have to have only this type of specific stuff to make it work. So it's very specific, but it's still pretty cool. It's very different, very unique. This wreath's pretty cool, I will say that. A lot of vampire imagery, a lot of wedding type imagery, romance, death, skulls, roses. See, this is like the thing I was talking about, 1920s vibe. And then there's another 1920s type thing. And that one too. I wonder if that's to go with the Gloom Room Club Lemax building. There's these look like they're a little bit more detailed than in the past. And another 1920s thing. And here, this might be one of my favorites, because this one, again, is one that you don't really have to have the romance type thing, because it's just blood drip, happy Halloween, but I really like how it looks. I think it looks cool. There's also a ton of fall. I'm just going to give you a quick look at all that. One thing I'm a little bit worried about is there's no signs at any Michaels stores, even online, of any classic or vintage decor yet, which they usually have. So I'm hoping that they'll have that. This might be one of the things. It's in the apothecary type section, but this might be a part of the classic things, and it might be just the only one they have in so far. That's the type I usually gravitate towards, is the classic things. So that's what I'm hoping they'll have them this year. But this apothecary section is actually pretty cool. They've got some pretty cool things, and some of the things are more gothic like this, but I think it's still in their apothecary line. I like their backdrops this year. If they sell these at the end of the season, those are really cool. They look awesome. Now there's a lot of Edgar Allan Poe imagery. You literally have, this one looks like it's broken, but you literally have the Raven and these and an Edgar Allan Poe bust. Now this looks like there was a factory error on this one, because I know he's supposed to have eyes, so that's kind of weird, but he's still pretty cool. And these skulls here, very detailed, cool looking. And then you have this brain, curiosity and oddity sign. I really like that. I think that's pretty cool. This clock. All sorts of just weird oddities, apothecary type things. Stuff like this doesn't feel very Halloween to me. Well, the apothecary stuff does. I'm saying stuff like this because they put white lights on it. I think they should have done purple, then it would feel a lot more Halloween. Okay, this looks traditional too. Okay, so yeah, they are gonna have traditional Halloween because that's a Happy Hollow line, so I'd assume that's what that's gonna be for. They just haven't gotten that in just yet. A lot of this feels like very oddity store like stuff you'd find in an oddity store, or basically any store in Salem, Massachusetts. A lot of fortune stuff too, which I'm pretty sure is still a part of that same line, but it's fortune. I do like the look of some of these things. I've never been a huge fan of the fortune telling theme. I don't know. I don't have anything against it. I think it's a cool concept. However, I've just never been too big of a fan of it. It just doesn't appeal to me. But there are some cool things. I have always liked the eye, the all-seeing eye type thing. I've always thought that's pretty cool. And they also have over here, there's a bunch of wreaths and picks and stuff which are already 40% off, because these are usually the things that they get in first. So they have a lot of these for like wreaths and everything like that, and they're fairly cheap, especially with that 40% off. I mean, you don't have to use these in wreaths, but they do sell. It's more like accessory things to make your own stuff, basically. That's pretty cool. I like that coffin shaped glass thing. And this is cool too, this heart base. Pretty cool stuff. So that was everything. I hope you all enjoyed. They do have some cool things. I'm sure there's going to be much more coming in. Keep on moving my world.